All right. Well, welcome guys to our Sunday night training call. I'm so glad all of you could come and join us in your PJs, right? Because that's always the way to do it, to work in your PJs. But good to see all you guys. I am excited. Our team has been growing like crazy, which is super exciting. So I just wanted to do a little training call on what you should do when you sign a new ambassador and how to get them up and running quickly and the most efficiently. I mean, I know there are different ways. I'll just give you some tips. And at the end, if anyone has any great tips that they want to share, we'll have time to do that too, so feel free. One thing, before you sign an ambassador on, you obviously will have talked to them about Plexus and the products and the business opportunity, and you will get an idea of what they're looking for. Some people want wholesale, just be a wholesale ambassador, and other people want to actually work the business. So what you need to find out first before they even sign up is ask those questions. Or you don't even have to really ask, but you'll probably be able to figure that out. When you figure that out, it'll kind of give you an idea of which route to take with them. So if they sign up as a wholesale ambassador, I usually still do some of the things that I would do with an ambassador that wants to really work the business, but I try not to overwhelm them too much. I want to add them to some groups and do different things, but so that they can see how much fun we have, and maybe they will decide that they want to jump in sometime too. But I also don't want to overwhelm them with too much information. And then obviously if you have somebody that's jumping on for the business, I have other tips and ideas for you guys to do with them. So first things first. So first you assess the situation, and then the day that they sign up. So the first day that they sign up and you get the email that says you have a new ambassador on your team, the first thing I want you to do is to start welcoming them that day. Do not wait. Do not wait another day. Don't wait to ask them questions. Just do it, because they're on fire already. They're excited. They're nervous. They just signed up to own their own business. Some have never done it before. Others have done other MLMs, but they're super duper excited. So you need to bank on that. You need to take that excitement and run with it. So don't wait. Do not wait to start welcoming them. I would suggest that you don't put them in too many groups to overwhelm them. I usually put people in my team page, and then also in Team Plexi and Rockin'. So 3 team pages. And I send them a message, a Facebook message, explaining that I'm doing that and explaining what those groups are. Because I want them to know that I'm added them to the groups and what benefit they can have from those groups. I usually tell them that it's a great place to ask questions, that there's a lot of support in both of those, that there's fun contests that they won't want to miss. So I make sure that I do that. But also that I add them to one of our Team Posse chats. We have 2 different chats right now because our team has grown so big, but we might end up with 3 or 4, as time goes on. But always I add them to one chat, and I tell them to turn off their notifications so it doesn't drive them crazy all day long, dinging, but that those are a great place to read people's questions and see what the answers are, and to also ask their questions, any question they might have. So I don't wait, though, to welcome them to groups. The next thing that I would do first is to welcome them on their personal wall. Well, and what I do or like to do, it's not always on their wall, but a lot of times I'll put it on my wall and tag them in it, because I want their friends to see both of us, So I would do a welcome post saying something a little bit about them and how excited you are for them to start, but also a little bit about what Plexus is. Not a big drawn out speech about Plexus, but just something about maybe health and wellness. Just throw in a little tiny tidbit so the people that read that post of their friends will be a little bit intrigued, like, what is that? So I always welcome people on their regular wall. I think that's super important because you want them to be excited. You want their friends to be intrigued and to try to figure out, what is this that they might be starting? Then I want to encourage them to get started right away. So usually I message them, or if you know them well. Some of the people I don't know, I'm not great friends with, so I wouldn't probably call them on the phone first, like in the first 24 hours. But if you're obviously really good friends with them, then do that. Call them on the phone, and within the first 24 hours, you want to chat. 48 hours really at the most, but in the first 24 hours. Because like I said before, you want to build on this excitement. You do not want them to sit back and just start getting nervous and worried. And some people start doing research and then they say, oh, my mom said I shouldn't do this. I mean, just silly things. Catch them when they're excited right away and get them going. So when you do call them in this first call, what I want you to make sure that you do is I want you to make sure that you help them with their why they want to take Plexus, why they want to grow this business. If it's that they need $500 a month for bills, if it's that they have something extra that they're wanting to pay for, whatever it is. If it's that they want to retire from the job that they have, whatever it is, make sure you figure out what their why is. Also, I want you on the call to show them and explain to them about the 100 Franks list, about the list of friends, relatives, your neighbors. Make sure you go through that with them. Walk them through that, because a lot of people have never done that before. And they will be amazed when they're like, oh my gosh, I know this many people and I'm writing them all down. So that's super duper important to do right away. I also want you to tell them to take a picture when they first get their products and post it on their regular wall. It doesn't have to be a picture of them. It can be a picture of them holding a pink drink with their little welcome kit or whatever it is, and say something like, I'm so excited to be starting this new journey to health. My friend so-and-so, so my friend Amy, has had great success with these products and I can't wait to have the same success. So you can tell them that there is no reason that they need to wait for this big, huge success story that a lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to post on my wall because I want to wait until I lose 50 pounds. If they put that on someone else, like their upline, and they say, my friend has had great success with this and I can't wait to see the same success, then they won't feel as nervous about that and they won't feel like they need to have a huge story. So I always make sure to do that. Let's see, what else? Oh, then I also want to make sure that when they first sign up, so if the first 24 to 48 hours, you need to give them some goals for their business. You can help walk them through goals and trying to figure out what their goals are, but you need to give them some goals. So if their goal or your goal for them, if they're going to start a Facebook group, make sure you walk them through how to do that. If they're not going to do a Facebook group and they're going to do it all strictly on their wall, that's totally fine too. But walk them through how to copy and paste pictures. Walk them through everything that they need to be successful. Because like I said before, a lot of people have never done a business like this and they really don't know. Another thing that's really important and that has been helping lately with our team, and I know with a lot of other teams too, are three-way messages. So when you tell them and they start their Facebook group, and maybe this is the next call that you guys have 3 or 4 days later, once they start their Facebook group and they have people asking questions or liking their posts, what you want to tell them to do is you want to tell them to put you, themselves, and the person asking the question. So they can say to their Aunt Sally, is it okay if I put you in a 3-way message or chat on Facebook with my upline, because she knows a little bit more than I do about the products and the opportunity, and so she might be able to answer your questions better. So, because I know you had questions about what products would be best for you. So then you put yourself, her, your upline, and Aunt Sally in a chat, and that way you are able to answer the questions that she might have, because she just started. Weren't you guys all nervous when you first started? Like, oh my gosh, and I have no idea what to even say to these people. I just know these products work, and Candy started them, and her husband lost weight, and I don't know, but you didn't really know what to say. So the cool thing about that is if we start these chats, then that person will know exactly what to say the next 10 times they do it. So then they can start doing it on their own. So they'll know what the triplex is. They'll know, and they won't have had to research everything in 3 days and get it all done and feel like they have to know everything. Because you guys know more about maybe interactions with meds or, thyroid issues, or if it helps with migraines and what products would help. We know way more than someone who just starts off. So make sure you try to encourage them to put you in a chat with their potential. And I'm sure the potential is not going to ask questions that you guys don't know the answers to, but if they do, then you can wait a minute. You know, it doesn't have to be this chat is finished and over and done within 20 seconds. If you need to go and ask someone else on our team or ask on the posse, oh my gosh, so-and-so just asked this, what would you say? Then we can help you answer that. So it's just a good way. It's not necessarily a phone call. You can do three-way calls, but some people feel on the spot with that. So it's a good way to introduce the new person to Plexus with somebody that actually might have a little bit more information than a newbie would. So I think that's a great idea. Another thing that I think is really, really cool, and I hope that we can start with our team, are Zoom calls with new people that sign up and then 3 to 5 of their friends. So what I would encourage you to do with your new ambassadors is tell them that give them, like I said before, you need to get bossy. You need to be a little bossy, because a lot of people are just going to sit back and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. And if they're not self-motivated, you need to self-motivate them. You need to say, this is what I need you to do. So, and when people have that, they feel more empowered. Like, this is what I need to do to be successful. If you can give them that, then they will take it and run with it. Nobody's going to say, oh, I'm not going to do that. Or if they do say, oh, I don't think I can do that, then you can help encourage them. Because some people are not going to be just go-getters like a lot of us are. So what I would encourage you to do is have them find 3 to 5 people. It can be their mom, their sister, their aunt, 3 to 5 people that are on their Franks list, and just say something like, hey, have them reach out to them and say, hey, I just started this new business, or hey, I just started these Plexus products and I'm really excited about where they're taking me, and I would love for you to get on a call on Thursday at noon or whatever time you decide it is. It's going to be 10 minutes long, and my upline is going to share her story with you and give us a little bit of information about the products. Would you join us? Simple. You know, so it's 10-minute long call, and it's going to be you. It's kind of like a 3-way message, only it will be actual call, and they'll have time to ask questions at the very end. So it would be you, the new ambassador, and 3 to 5 of their friends, family, potentials, whoever. If you can get those people on a call, it's almost guaranteed that you will your newbie will at least have 1 new customer, if not a new ambassador, because you will show your excitement, the information about the amazing products and what they can do for them. You can talk much more candidly about what they can do for them versus, when you're just trying to post on Facebook. So you can figure out what their issues really are and what they might need help with. And you'll be able to go from there. And I have heard that we haven't done this with our team, but I have heard in my Emerald calls on Friday morning that these are huge. If you can because you're putting the products and a little tiny bit of the opportunity in front of them. And if you can get in front of people, that is the best way to do it. So instead of always going to Big B and having an opportunity meeting, or going to somewhere and having a big meeting, these are just small, intimate meetings. You don't want more than 3 or 5 people. You want it to be small and intimate and help them feel the vibe of those few people and what's going on and what Plexus is all about, and go from there. And that is I've heard is super amazing, and I would love to be able to do that. So I would say to my new ambassador, when I sign a new one that is going to work the business, that's what they have to do. You're basically telling them, this is what I need you to do. You're not just saying, oh, it'd be awesome if you do this. This is what I need you to do. So that's a lot of what you need to say. This is what I need you to do. Like, don't forget that. Just tell them what you need them to do. Because like I said, we were all scared and didn't quite know what we were doing, and we, ran with it. I noticed that somebody asked a question, so I'm going to check on that and see. Yes, you definitely have to, because that would be part of that call when you're telling them maybe the second call, definitely would have to show them how to set up Zoom, and so that they could get on a call. And like you said, maybe do a practice one beforehand so that they know how to get on and they can tell Grandma and Susie and whoever else to get on the call too. So yeah, no, definitely, Kelly. Awesome. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, another thing, make sure, because I know that I didn't do this in the beginning, but when you're talking to them and you like sometimes I think it's easy for us to assume. Like it's easy for us to say, oh, I signed Emily. Emily might, she's going to be good. She's going to sign a few people. She'll have a few customers, whatever. But maybe you don't think in your mind like, oh my goodness, Emily is going to be the most amazing, fastest growing person on my team. But guess what? Don't count people out. So because honestly, I'm sure Candy did not think that I was going to be one of her top people on her team. I'm quiet, shy, reserved, but I have a lot of friends and a lot of connections. So don't count people out because you never know. So when you are giving them these steps that you want them to do, so like, I want you to do this, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. I also want you to tell them all about Fast Start Gold. So in the first conversation, when you're figuring out their why, when you're helping them with their list, tell them about it because you never know. Say Maureen is like desperate. She has no money. She is trying to get out of debt. She's going to lose her house. Who knows what it is? But that extra money for Fast Start Gold might be what she needs. So if you can show her how to get what she needs, she's going to go after it. If I would have known about Fast Start Gold when I started, I would have gone Fast Start Gold. That's just how I am. I am competitive, which most of you probably don't know unless you were with me and my son playing tennis today. Haha. But no, I'm super competitive and money is a motivator for me. Like when Plexus in December, I think it was, had the sign 8 customers, sign 8 ambassadors, and you can earn $1,000. You better believe I signed 8 customers and 8 ambassadors because I wanted that $1,000. So you don't know what is driving people. If someone really, really, really needs the money, they might go after it. And I think I have told one person about Fast Start Gold because I thought, oh, she's a rock star. She'll totally could do Fast Start Gold. Well, guess what? Any person you sign up could go Fast Start Gold. They could. If they are motivated and they find people in the first 30 days, they can go Fast Start Gold. Because I always say we all have the same opportunity, the same products. So anybody could go Fast Start Gold. So make sure you tell them about it. So that's one of the reasons it's super important to get their business started right away. Because if they decide and they find 4 of their sisters that want to sign up, and they sign their 4 sisters up within days of beginning, then those 4 sisters are going to sign people up quickly. And then it will snowball from there and they will go Fast Start Gold. So I don't know. That's just an encouragement. That one of the things that I never did that I really should have done. Also, another thing that I have not done but have heard that are successful with other teams is to do a launch party. Obviously, that I started 2.5 years ago, so it wouldn't be a launch party for me. I could have a pink party with people over and taste testing it and that kind of a thing. But a launch party would be awesome at the beginning. At the beginning, if you could just, try to get a few friends to come over, it's kind of like the Zoom call. If you can get 3 to 5 people in front of you, your chances of having a customer and an ambassador are really high because they're going to see the excitement. And feel free to ask your upline to come with you and join in on this launch party because you don't know a lot of the answers to the questions. But it's similar to the Zoom call, but you would actually just be live. You would be doing it at someone's house. Or you can even do a launch party online. You could set it up as a separate Facebook event and invite their friends to it. Or you could even do it in their Facebook group. You could do like a sort of launch party for, 3 days, 5 days, however long you want to do it. But I have heard that those are super successful too. So I don't know if anybody on our team has done them, but I've heard that those are great. So those are really my biggest tips to getting a new ambassador started off quickly. I mean, that's the biggest thing, I think, is just get them started quickly and give them tasks of what they need to do. This is what I need you to do, and help them with those things. Some people are more overwhelmed than others, so just always be there for them and answer their questions and do what you can, and hopefully they will sign people, and then our team will continue with the momentum that we have had in the last couple months because it has been awesome. So anyway, I'm glad you guys came to the call. I'm stopping recording.